We have 90 or so sites throughout both counties that we sample from, and we do this on a weekly basis, but because of COVID, a lot of them have closed. So over this period of the last 3 months, about 30 of these locations have closed and become inaccessible.
The Kensington Volunteer Fire Department being one of them. In an effort to keep first responders safe, the Water Quality Division stopped sampling here and also lost access to many restaurants which closed. New sampling locations had to be determined and fast, knowing the requirements of the Environmental Protection Agency were not going to waver.
Because we're in the middle of a pandemic, clean water is extremely important. So we had to make sure that we met all our requirements. There was no let up. Any chance that we missed our compliance is going to be a big issue, not just for us, but for the region as a whole, because clean water is just so important to keep the health and safety of the entire community.
Water quality technician Brian Crampton was up for the challenge caused by COVID.
Usually I would go into the Wendy's, that's my stop here. This is the Seabrook stop. It's open, but it's only drive-through only, so we can't get in to take the sample. So instead, we now sample from the closest fire hydrant, which now sampling a hydrant probably takes about double the time as it usually does to sample from our normal location. It involves a lot more steps involved. We have to flush the hydrant while it's open, and then we put our adapter on, which is what we use to take the sample out of, and then we have to flush through the adapter for several minutes before we can even take our sample.
Despite these unprecedented times, it's as critical as ever that WSSC Water continues its 102-year record of 0 drinking water quality violations.
Our samplers worked really hard to make sure to get things done. We took a lot of different precautions to make sure that their safety was our top priority, but they were able to collect every single sample. It's great to see the dedication of the samplers. They are out there doing some really important work for us, important work for the community, but also putting themselves at risk to make sure that we understand how good the water is in the region. We couldn't have done it without them, and their hard work is what kept us from having any violations for the past 3 months.
It's a good feeling to be part of that. I think people recognize it. We go to the same stops every week. People understand what you're doing. I think people appreciate what you're doing, and that they understand that we're there to make sure that what we're providing them is safe for them to use. Makes me feel great.